All right, Coach Aubrey Carter, the Carolina Prep Spring Tour is continuing. I'm here with you at Marvin Ridge. Coach, we endured a long, cold winter, but the first day of spring practice has arrived. What's your takeaways from your first opportunity to be with the young men here on the spring?
Yeah, first day we've gotten out here. Numbers are really, really good. It's the first thing kind of jumps out. It's an eager group, kind of in the same spot a lot of people are, this first week, just trying to get some of our base offense and defense installed. Felt like today was, really good day one, productive day one.
I was looking at your depth chart and your stats from last year. You graduated just an incredible group of seniors, a lot of depth, almost 2,000 yards of collective offense with those guys. So you got a lot of spots for some young men to come up and, take advantage of that. Does these spring practices give you that chance to evaluate these guys and kind of see where you stand?
It does. I mean, there's no secret we lost, a lot of guys on offense. But we treat the spring as one to get our base stuff installed, figure out what we're good at and to build depth. We feel good, about our depth at a lot of positions, especially, offensively. We really like our depth at our skill positions. We got a lot of guys that, we're trying to rotate in and see what they can do. But kind of this point of the spring, just get your base stuff installed and kind of figure out who you are and build depth at each one of those positions.
You lost a lot of good receivers, but you do have one coming back in Alex Voss, who's a veteran. Is it good to have someone with some experience like that to kind of help mentor some of these other offensive players?
It does. I mean, Alex has kind of, been there, done that, played almost every rep on, varsity last year as, high-level Division I receiver, kind of as your go-to guy on offense. He's the only full-time starter, at that group of receivers we have back. We do have another receiver, Levi Haynes, who played a whole lot for us last year at receiver. But, it feels good to have a kid like Alex who, what you're getting out of him, who's, a really, really good football player.
Yeah. Hey, to change the subject just a little bit, we went through a realignment from the state, went from the traditional 4 classes up to 8, switched some conferences around. How do you feel like that shook out for you guys?
Well, the conference wasn't easy before. We always joke around here like there's no open weeks in our conference. Like there's no roll the ball out there and win games. I mean, you look at the scores, last year amongst, most of the conference, every game was a 1-score game. There was a ton of, 1-point games. So every week in our, conference is a dogfight. Adding Piedmont, who we're all familiar with, was in our conference until, the last 2 years. And then obviously adding Catholic, who's, tradition and, who they usually are, speaks for itself, has been in the conference before. We're familiar with them. But, top to bottom, we feel like this is one of the deepest conferences, in the state. We really do.
Yeah, well, it's definitely a great area for football. The atmospheres I feel on Friday night are just tremendous, and the fans that really follow and appreciate all the young athletes giving it their all on Fridays. But Coach, it's great to see some guys on the practice field, and I appreciate your hospitality and just letting me come and see you guys and cover your team. And hopefully, you guys have a great season.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate you coming out.
Yes, sir. Thank you.